The Indiana Fever must get rid of Kelsey Mitchell. I said it. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever have to move on from Kelsey Mitchell.
It's time for a brutally honest conversation. Brace yourselves. The honeymoon in Indianapolis is officially over. The Instagram smiles, the pregame tunnel outfits, the viral moments of everyone enjoying the Caitlin Clark era. That era of charm is about to collide with the cold, unforgiving reality of professional sports business. The Indiana Fever franchise is staring down a financial crisis, and it all comes down to one player, one contract, and one unavoidable decision: Kelsey Mitchell. Let me be crystal clear. If Mitchell refuses a significant pay cut, the Fever have no choice but to pack her bags and let her walk. The era of Kelsey Mitchell in Indiana must end if this franchise has any hope of building a multi-year dynasty around the greatest point guard the game has ever seen. I know this will anger some fans. Kelsey Mitchell has been a loyal soldier. She carried the team through the dark years, put up points, and never shied away from the hard work. Her talent, heart, and scoring ability are undeniable. In isolation, Mitchell is absolutely a maximum contract player in the WNBA. But we don't operate in a vacuum. We live in a salary cap league. Every dollar allocated to one player is a dollar taken away from the rest of the roster. Right now, the Fever front office is facing a mathematical nightmare that could slam the championship window shut before Caitlin Clark even reaches her prime. Let's break down the numbers. The new collective bargaining agreement sets a hard salary cap of $5.65 million. That is the entire pie. No extras, no second helpings. If Mitchell gets the supermax she feels she deserves, her salary alone will consume roughly 20% of the entire cap. But she's not the only one. Aaliyah Boston, the former #1 overall pick, Rookie of the Year, and Clark's essential pick-and-roll partner, will soon be eligible for a max extension. And following that, Caitlin Clark herself, the league's ultimate golden goose, will command the largest supermax in WNBA history. Committing a max contract to Mitchell now essentially locks the Fever into a big three that will consume well over 60% of the roster's total salary cap. And then what happens to the bench? The role players? The depth?
And likely supermax salary. As Costable noted, if Mitchell were to receive the new max, her contract combined with Clark's and Boston's will leave Indiana with well less than the new average player salary to spend to fill out the roster under the $5.65 million.
Did you catch the math? Did you grasp the absolute devastation a Kelsey Mitchell max contract would wreak on this roster's depth? If you hand out max deals to Mitchell, Clark, and Boston, the remaining 9 roster spots are left with mere pennies. You'll be forced to fill the bench with G League call-ups, undrafted rookies, and minimum salary veterans just to have enough dies to suit up. We've seen this story before in professional sports. Look at the Phoenix Suns in the NBA. They poured everything into Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. No bench, no depth, no reliable role players. The playoffs exposed them completely because basketball is a team sport. You cannot chase a championship with 3 stars and 9 bystanders. Now let's talk about the collateral damage, the real heartbreak of signing Kelsey Mitchell to a max deal. It threatens the chemistry that made last season magical. Giving Mitchell that bag effectively forces out Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham. It's a sledgehammer to the structural integrity of the locker room. Both Hull and Cunningham are free agents. Neither will play for the minimum. Hull proved she's an elite lockdown perimeter defender with over 40% from deep, while Cunningham is the ultimate enforcer, the bodyguard who absorbed fouls and physical punishment to protect Caitlin Clark. The host of the video lays down a direct, non-negotiable ultimatum to head coach Stephanie White and the Fever front office. Do not jeopardize the core pieces that make this team championship ready for the sake of one max contract.
You better do the right thing. If you guys give Kelsey Mitchell a full-on max contract, it is a bad thing. That means we won't be keeping Lexi Hall. We won't be able to keep Sophie Cunningham. They're not going to play for...
This is a recipe for organizational disaster. Let me be crystal clear for anyone who thinks basketball is just about scoring. The Indiana Fever already have the most dominant offensive engine on the planet in Caitlin Clark. You do not need to cripple your franchise to accommodate a volume-scoring shooting guard. Clark doesn't need another guard hogging the ball for 15 seconds of the shot clock. What she needs are exactly the players Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham provide. She needs elite, switchable, relentless perimeter defenders who can take the toughest assignments night after night to preserve her energy. She needs deadly catch-and-shoot specialists who can patiently wait in the corners, capitalize on double teams, and punish defenses with dagger threes. Most importantly, she needs enforcers, players willing to get their hands dirty to protect the franchise quarterback. Letting Hull and Cunningham walk just to satisfy Kelsey Mitchell's ego is like building a mansion with a Ferrari in the driveway and leaving the doors wide open. So what's the solution? How do real dynasties navigate this exact salary cap problem? The Fever aren't the first team to face these constraints. If Kelsey Mitchell wants to understand what it takes to build a multi-championship WNBA super team, she only needs to study the Las Vegas Aces. Becky Hammon's roster management offers a masterclass. They retained 4 All-Stars through careful prioritization and sacrifice. This is the lesson Mitchell must internalize immediately if the Fever are serious about contending.
You got to take pay cuts, okay? Asia Wilson took less than what she could have gotten, okay? She took less. Wilson wasn't the highest paid player in the league or even on her team last year. That was Jewel Lloyd.
Aya Wilson, the undisputed MVP of the league and arguably the best player on the planet right now, voluntarily left 20% of her maximum salary on the table. Why? Because she's not reckless. She's strategic. She wanted championships, not just a paycheck. She looked at the Las Vegas front office and said, "Keep my money. Invested in Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum. Let's build a dynasty."